Hi again. This is a few words to those of you out there who are trying to break several worn out patterns that uh, you've outgrown from, patterns that don't serve you any good, uh, patterns that leads to the wrong direction, the wrong way. If you need to break several patterns and you know the patterns, one thing is, if depends on where you find yourself, which stage you find yourself on in your life. One thing is becoming aware of what kind of patterns you need to break. If you don't feel like, or if you don't need any patterns to break, it's either because one, you don't see what kind of patterns you need to break to improve, or two, you may have already broken the patterns you need to break and leave behind to become where you want to be in your own life. So it's either or three. Option three is yes, you know you are aware of the patterns you need to break, but you're not sure how you'll be able to do it, or yeah, and need guidance. Well, one mistake that a lot of people do is that they start trying to break all the bad patterns they know they need to break. They start trying to break the patterns at the same time, several patterns at the same time. But once you start breaking one pattern at a time, because then the other ones will kind of follow automatically the patterns you need to break. And don't listen to other people around you, because you know deep in your heart, in your own mind, in your spirit, what kind of patterns that you have outgrown or that you've never been part of, but people possibly have forced you into. The situations are numerous, so you cannot compare yourself to another person, your neighbor or a friend or anyone, because no one will be able to break the patterns for you. You need to find your own solution for that, and Jesus is definitely available for your help on your to get started on that road and becoming the version of yourself that originally you always have been, but that we somehow don't see that we are, or we have forgotten somehow. But no one can tell you how to break a pattern. You may ask for guidance, for help. You can ask a coach or a therapist or any other authorized personnel or unauthorized personnel, uh, family members, friends for help, and but no one can actually break the exact patterns that you need to break in order to become the version of yourself that you kind of always been, but have lost, possibly, so the solution and the result will be individually and different for everyone, but don't try to break all the patterns at the same time, because very few people are able to do that. Of course, everything is possible. It's possible, but it may make it take longer time, and it may be more difficult. And somehow, when you kind of, as you wake up and you evolve, and suddenly you realize, oh, I just broke that pattern that I used to be in. And then you realize after some time that you actually broken several other patterns as well, without even thinking about it. So I would suggest, I cannot tell you what to do, but I would suggest to ask the divine, the authentic God, Jesus Christ, to intervene and for help. And but um, take one, break one pattern at a time. If you have that as a goal, then that's a good start. And try not to think that you have to do everything the way everybody else does, because you're not them and they are not you. So listen to your inner guidance, your intuition. Of course, listen to advice, but first and foremost, listen to your inner guidance. Stay safe.